It's a bicep strain, and we're going to continue to evaluate, but that's going to be it for just kind of the way it reads right now. That'll be it for the rest of the season for him.
Okay, we're going to stay here on the right.
As hard as it was watching Kelly go down like that, what is sort of the reaction after that to what the bullpen was able to do for him afterwards, and especially Evan Phillips coming in that spot right there and kind of finishing the job for him?
It was great. Evan to take the baseball in that spot, was getting ready a little bit prior, but just to take down that part of the lineup and get us kind of put the fire out, let us catch our breath a little bit. But each guy that came in, I mean, I can go on and on about each guy, and they were all fantastic. And obviously what, Bruce Dar did with Blake and, Vesey, all the guys were fantastic. And was going to get Brule in there, but he couldn't go. So just some soreness in the arm, so couldn't get loose. So to have Kenley even take down an inning in a plus game, that's kind of where we were at, and he was our most rested reliever. So for him to be a teammate and take down that ninth was huge, and just puts us in a good spot for Game 6.
Okay, down here in front, Claudia.
Dave, Trey Turner seems to have found his swing tonight. How much did that get the dugout fired up when he got the hits?
It was great. It was great. It was just nice for Trey to break out another club and hit the ball the other way and beat the shift and stay on a baseball. And, when he gets on base, a lot of good things happen. And so tonight, he really was working on that in batting practice today with the hidden guys, and for it to see it play out like that was great.
Okay, over there on the left, in the middle.
Yeah, over here.
Hi. 4 hits last night, 17 tonight against their ace. How do you explain that? Can it be explained?
I don't know how to explain it. I'm happy it happened tonight. We have a ton of respect for Max Fried, local guy, and he's had our number. So AJ, hitting the homer right there kind of gave us some life. And then CT with that 2-run homer, and then you followed up with 2 more homers from CT, and then AJ had a huge night with the grand slam or the 3-run homer. It's like, you can't always play for slug, but those guys stepped up big and allowed us to win a baseball game.
Okay, in the back there, Andy.
Hey, Dave. 2 quick ones. You said last night you would love the chance to go to Atlanta. How are you feeling about making that flight tomorrow?
One of the happier flights I've been looking forward to. So, yeah, I'm very excited. And I'm just, honestly, it's baseball, and I'm happy that we gave you guys a series. And I expected our guys to fight and scratch and claw, and I thought we did that. And it's going to be a crazy environment in Atlanta. We know that. I like the guys. We're going to be running out there, and we just got to go out there and play to win one game. So our backs are against the wall, and I don't expect to let down. But yeah, Andy, I'm looking forward to that flight.
And when you go get Kelly there in the first, right? You're already down 2. Fried is on the mound for them. The offense hasn't been doing much. What goes through your mind as you walk back to the dugout?
Going back to the dugout, I'm just trying to think about how we're going to piece 8 innings together and trying to 8 1/3. And so just trying to figure out lanes for guys, who's available. But just knowing we're going to have to figure it out. And I feel very bad for Joe because he's done so much for us. And so for him to not be able to see this thing through this year is very disappointing. Same bucket as Justin, Max. But with our guys, we just got to figure it out. And it's not to kind of be dismissive, but that's just where we're at.
Okay. Far right, Bill.
Yeah, Dave, when you were planning the bullpen game last night, how often did Evan Phillips' name come up, and did he figure into it at all? And then the 4 outs that he got, were those maybe the most important 4 outs you've gotten in a while?
He was in a couple scenarios, but I don't know if he was in the A scenario right there. But Evan, I talked to our guys, and Josh Bard, we were talking, it's like there's just something about his calm. and you can just tell he's intelligent, he's tough, and he's got good stuff. So to call on him in that spot, I wasn't worried. It's just not how we expected to play out. But in baseball, you've got to be able to read and react. And Evan stepped up and made us all look good.
Okay, over on the left there, Kyle.
Dave, 7 straight wins in elimination games. What is it about this group and their ability to win these kind of games?
I mean, I guess when our backs are against the wall, we play our best and fight, but that's just not an ideal spot to be in, even right now, elimination game on, game 6. But I guess it brings out the best in us.
Okay, down here in the middle.
Dave, you've seen a lot of big things in the postseason. Where does 3 home runs by a single player kind of rank in that?
Reggie hit 3, right? In the World Series. I think it was against Dodgers, wasn't it? Kike did it. It's up there, and CT, he's just that guy that he's just in the moment. He's in the moment. He's fighting, and he can hit the flare with guys on second base with 2 outs with the best of them and drive and run, and he can also get the head out and hit a homer. So him hit 3 home runs. Couldn't be happier, and we need him, and just he's locked in. I was pulling for that 4th one. He wasn't going to walk.
Before the game, we kind of talked about, the certain guys who step up in postseason moments. Is Chris Hitter kind of in that?
He's one of them. He's one of them. The first pitch homer off Keuchel in the World Series in 17. The 2-out hit versus Verlander was a big hit back then, and it's just you see it. He's just had big hits time and time again in big spots.
Okay, here in the middle, AJ.
Dave, without Max, without Justin, for you to still get the production you got from the bottom of your lineup, how integral is that to what you're trying to accomplish and what you're trying to do to be able to go 1 through 9?
Well, it's huge. It's very important, and you can look at CT, AJ. Those guys are middle of the order guys, and on any team, and so where we place them to add length to our club, our offense. I expect performance out of those guys, and they're very good ball players.
Okay, straight back and left.
Hey, Dave. 2 questions for you. First of all, your starter for Game 6, is it Max Scherzer?
Max Scherzer.
Okay. And following up with that, just obviously you've had a lot of key leaders on this team, Max Scherzer being a newcomer, but to be able to trust him in this Game 6, I mean, how much do you expect from him in this game? And also on top of that, innings-wise, obviously you mentioned that he had a dead arm. What can we expect lengthwise from him?
I don't know until we get there. I really don't. He's doing his work and preparing. Obviously, he's been on the stage, and to hand a ball to a guy like that, you believe in. And, whatever he can give us, we're going to have guys around him to help us win a ball game.
Okay, we're going to go in the back there, Jason.
Dave, as good a player as Chris Taylor is, as good as he's been in October, do you still have a certain sense of amazement that, say, Duke Snider never had a 3-homer game in October for the Dodgers, Gil Hodges never did, there's a long list, Mike Piazza never did, but Chris Taylor just had that night?
That's a wow. That's a wow. Hearing that, I don't think that he realizes that, and he's just one of the best I've seen at just being in the moment. And I think that when his career is over, he can look back and appreciate that. But for me, being a Chris Taylor fan and seeing that he's a part of history now is pretty remarkable. And for us to be here to watch that in person, he just does things the right way. He really does, and he's in a class, an elite class of very few. And so when you're talking about Gil Hodges, Duke Snider, these guys that didn't do it, it's pretty remarkable.
Okay, we're going to stay in the back there on the right. I'm sorry, on the left.
Hey, Dave. Rashawn Haylock, KTLA 5. Phillips gives you 4 outs. Gratterall gives you 6 big outs. What are your thoughts about your bullpen, their response after seeing Joe go down?
That group, led by Josh Bard, is as tight of a bullpen group as I've seen. There's a real culture, care for each other, pick each other up. And so it didn't surprise me. And I think that their hearts go out to Joe, but they wanted to kind of pick up the slack and whenever I give them the baseball, they're ready to do their job, and it's a fun group to watch and see kind of grow. You got the veteran guys, and then you've got some younger guys that are cutting their teeth this year that we've run out there in big spots, and they're showing really well.
Okay, we'll take one or two more. Okay, we're going to go over here in the middle, on the left.
Dave, I think you guys had 11 two-strike hits tonight. Just was that an area that you guys were focusing on, or what did you see from the guys when they were in those spots?
I saw fight. You know, there's at bats that where in games past were ended, and chase and I just saw continuing to fight. I saw the ability and the desire to use the other side of the baseball field to keep the line moving, and that's who we are when we're at our best. We can slug, as you saw some homers tonight, but those shift busters and Albert riding out a breaking ball backdoor breaker, that's stuff that really gets my juices going.
Okay, we'll take the last one here in the front row.
Dave, if Joe Kelly can't go, is David Price the corresponding move, or is there some other arms you're considering?
We're considering some guys, but David is obviously at the top of the list. But Joe won't be active.